Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about Quant's links to the ECB and how interoperability is a must in the new era of finance. So firstly, I'd like to bring to your attention a clip I came across provided by Greg Lunt, who I highly recommend following on Twitter, where the clip features the CPO of Quant, Martin Hargreaves, where he appeared at the IFGS 2022 convention, where discussions were made in regards to digital payments and how digital payment infrastructure is set to change over the next few years. So during Hargreaves' appearance at the convention, he detailed how interoperability is a must for all systems around the world, be it payment infrastructure, governmental bodies, or business protocols.
At Quant, we see some quite large trade networks who are creating their own private stablecoins within that as a trading unit. They all don't trust each other, they're all under contract. They build quite a large economic unit. The other area we see is nations and regions building blockchain infrastructure for the economic good of their citizens. So effectively either government or NGO-based systems that are rolling out identity, they're rolling out a lot of government services, customs declaration, they're rolling in their private stablecoins across those networks as well. So this is a longer term trend, but as those networks start to grow, they've got these very large pools of identities of people that know each other, that people have value stored on them, and as they start to interoperate, those will start to compete. So interoperability into existing rails is really, really important at the moment because you need to be able to cash out of these networks. And we see that from some commercial folks as well. They're in the crypto world, in the NFT world. They want to interoperate back onto networks where stablecoins are available and ultimately cash out back into real fiat money. The blockchain-based networks, they can lead to quite high levels of disintermediation and they can lead to quite high levels of automation. So it's going to bring them into conflict with a lot of existing business models. And we'll see how it plays out. That's going to be a few years before we see where it gets to, but it's a very exciting time.
So as mentioned by Hargreaves, nations around the world are set to implement DLT into their payment and economic infrastructure. So the main reason as to why DLT may be set to be used for such developments is due to the underlying benefits DLT provides, especially in cases surrounding improving finality rates, cost effectiveness and scalability. However, despite these benefits, there's also limitations connected to DLT, especially in cases surrounding a lack of interoperability. So the lack of interoperability may be a key sticking point in cases surrounding developments to CBDCs, as nations around the world are set to use different DLTs for their underlying CBDCs. And again, this could be a key sticking point in cases surrounding interoperability. So due to the potential limitations associated with the interactions CBDCs may have in the near future, there will be a need for an underlying platform which enables and facilitates interoperability, be it an underlying technology or even a stablecoin. So this may have been the main reason as to why the IMF has turned to Quant's MLT stablecoin in view of improving cross-border payments between future CBDCs. So with the IMF being set to use Quant's MLT stablecoin, this could be quite bullish for the Quant project and for QNT token holders, as the IMF's direct usage of the MLT stable will require the IMF to purchase licensing fees in the form of QNT to gain access to this technology, and this will mean that QNT token prices may increase over time. So as well as Quant's links to the likes of the IMF, Quant has some degree of links to the ECB. So the ECB has actually conducted a recent study looking at the attitudes of a potential ECB CBDC amongst European citizens. And the paper also mentioned what a potential CBDC will involve. So in another tweet provided by Greg Lunt, who I highly recommend following on Twitter, and I'll include his Twitter handle in the description below. So in the paper provided by the ECB, entitled "The Key Features Which Were Most Attractive to the General Public Surrounding a CBDC" included the low fees, flexible privacy settings, biometric verification and universal acceptance. So with developments surrounding a CBDC within and across Europe, this adds to a growing list of nations and groups which are looking to CBDC developments around the world, as the vast majority of central banks are conducting research surrounding CBDC developments. So Quant has some degree of links to developments surrounding an ECB CBDC, as Quant's overledger was used by SIA in view of improving cross-border payments between banks within the Eurozone, where overledger enable the connectivity of networks supported by banks, namely DLT networks. And this scheme led to the successful testing of blockchain interoperability between banks within the Eurozone. So this development is coupled with SIA actually partaking in a merger with the largest payment provider in the Eurozone, in Nexi. So Nexi is in direct conversation and is partaking in development surrounding an ECB CBDC. where the organisation has partnered with the European Central Bank in view of providing support to an ECB CBDC. So the following clip features the CEO of Nexi going into detail surrounding how his organisation is set to contribute to CBDC developments for the ECB.
I think as you move to stablecoins, and most importantly on central bank digital currencies, being now the digital euro, the core initiative here in Europe, the situation will evolve. We're starting to talk about a new version of cash somehow. That's the way they think about it. And that's the reason why on this one we are engaging with the European Central Bank and contributing to the design of the future digital euro, because we believe that can be a positive force in the evolution of digital payments.
So Quant's technology now being a component of Nexi's offerings could lead to Nexi directly using Quant's technology, especially in cases surrounding the connectivity of future CBDCs, where, as mentioned before, CBDCs will be innately inoperable. However, with the use of Quant's technology, especially overledger, DLTs will be able to interconnect more seamlessly, and as a result, this will mean that CBDCs will be able to interconnect more actively. What are your thoughts on Quant? Is Quant the best option for CBDCs? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next video.